Saturday following the port side spray up. We're doing the starboard side. We've got a bit of wet weather coming tomorrow, so it's very important I get it done now. So I've rigged up a tarp here to give me a bit of protection from the sun because it's about 27 degrees. So it's really hot for spraying, but we're here ready. I've just tarped up the side of the boat, or put drop sheets down. Janet and I have tarped up the whole thing, and basically that's about all we need. We don't have a lot of overspray, but there is enough to worry us. We've moved all the cars out of the way and we're ready to give it a good spray up. So I'm looking forward to getting this one done, and then I can get to the point where tomorrow I can come in and sand it all down and get it level like I've done over here on this side. This side's come up so well. We had a lot of discrepancies over here, but now it is almost fair. So I'm pretty happy with that, and that'll really only need one more light quick sand, and then I'll be able to get in and spray the whole thing in one batch. That'll be a big day. Well, it actually won't be that big because we don't have to put a lot of material down. We just have to put the final coat down. Well, one issue we had last week was these cheap one-use, I hate using one-use stuff, but one-use drop sheets got sucked into my air intake on my compressor. And we were fighting that as well as fighting the resin. And these little tubes here, which have got an air filter on them, are suction tubes, and this plastic was sucking into the compressor, and Janet was fighting that while she had resin all over her and the like. So we've taped it up to the compressor. Got my air dryer on, always looking for nice clean dry air. I learnt my lesson last week. I sprayed the side first, and then I climbed up, and of course then I had my compressor hose running over it and getting in it, and it was just a shit fight. So this time I'm going to start at the top. I should have known better, shouldn't I? It just doesn't take much. You live and learn. You live and learn. Right, let's get mixing, let's get suited up and do it. We're starting to look the business now, everyone. Pretty bloody happy. It's nice to just get some one good coat of gel coat on, and I'll let this set overnight. It's already gone off, but I'm going to let it set and let it harden so that I can get down and fair it like I did here last Sunday. I spent pretty much all day just fairing down with an orbital and a fairing tool and a torture board. I'm going to get the benefit of doing it again tomorrow. I'll get another good go at it here. I've got a couple of really big lumpy spots that have got to disappear, but you know, that's the way it is. It is all looking absolutely sensational now, and even up in the step, I've integrated the step, and you would not know that this was all separate pieces now. It's all come together, and I'm absolutely loving my extensions. They look just freaking amazing. I'm so happy with them, and I think it's going to really set this boat off, having this part of the boat here. It's almost another living space here. All right, time to take a bit of a look at the shit fight that resulted from the lightning strike about 4 weeks ago. I simply haven't had time to get to it, but I'm going to give you a bit of a scan now that I've emptied all the crap out of it. It has about 1 inch of water in it at the moment. It's because I've left all the doors open to let it air out, but it certainly hasn't helped because the smoke stench is still rife. Inside here I've got a lot of burnt wiring and the like, and there's a lot of crap on the floor, so let's have a bit of a look inside, eh? So the damage is pretty extensive. It's more smoke damage than anything, but I've found the exit wound to the boat, and it's not here, funnily enough. What does my head in is how it's caught fire down the back here, because you can see all the wiring's rooted. It's all burned out. You can see the damage here. I had a hand bilge pump mounted to this bulkhead. This bulkhead's got to go. I'll be cutting it out in a minute. But the fire that's here is really strange, because the wire that's run across the top there is where the fire's come from. It's actually come down the shroud here, and now that I'm in here I'm thinking, oh shit, it's worse than I thought it was. We've got a wound here. This wire here has caused a fire, and that was clearly earthed to something up in here, and we've had fire all the way up here. I mean, I honestly do not know how this fire did not rage through this boat and destroy it. It's unbelievable. I'm actually yeah, pretty concerned that it's fatal. But anyway, we'll clean it up. I might be able to do a bit of fiberglass repair. I may even claim it on my insurance, because quite frankly, yuck. Okay, the other thing you'll notice here is all of the plastic that is around this area here and up underneath. She's scorched. This bulkhead's gone. It's only a small one, but it is enough to keep the cockpit supported. And this wiring, holy hell. But then the worst part is that the part that I cannot even conceive of getting into is totally rooted down in there and bloody horrible in here, and the stench is just horrendous. Bit of gas for words, to be honest. I'm sort of glad I didn't come in here and have a good look, because I think I would have been sick. It's yeah, it's doable. I'm just going to vacuum it out, cut out this bulkhead, and I might pressure wash it. Funny thing is, the fire extinguisher there didn't burn. Now, I had the outboard motor laying here where the fire started, and I'm glad that it didn't explode, because it had 3 litres of you know, unleaded fuel in it, and it could easily have, you know, gone off like a bomb. But anyway, yeah, sorry if I'm a little bit upset. This is a great little boat, and I just really didn't need it at this stage. I'm wondering whether just to put it up the back here and forget about it, because you know, if I waste a couple of days trying to clean this bastard out, it's 2 days work I'm not going to get done on the boat, and quite frankly the boat's our focus for the next 6 months. We just want it out of here, and we'll start enjoying the fruits of our labour. For now, I'm just going to vacuum it out, and we'll see how we go from there. Wow, look at all the glass coming off. Far out, this is a mess. Yeah. Alright, 3 hours later, I've been in there and it's looking a lot better. This side looks okay. All this stuff under here is just disgusting. I think it's going to be, yeah, probably an acid wash and a polish, because it's all fiberglass, so it can be sanded down, maybe even a wet sand, to get rid of all this crap. And hopefully I can get this bulkhead replaced. I'll put a foam bulkhead in it just for good measure, so we don't have any more bloody plywood in the thing. But I'm just going to let it air out for a few days now. I don't think there's anything more I can do. I need to get someone in, and now that it's clean, we can sort of get in and start to actually clean it. I still think all the orange carpet on the side's going to have to come out, because it's got elements of burn in it. I'll possibly replace it with front run, or even just flow coat it, just get rid of it altogether. It's not really that necessary, but yeah, nice to see it all clean. You can see my solar controllers burn out down there. A lot of black shit up under the back. I don't think we'll ever get the smell out of it, but
we'll certainly be able to use it. I'm going to have a look underneath it when I anti-foul it again just to see. I do feel that it's exited out through the winch, or down here on the gunnel strip it's actually blown out off the side, so there's potential that it could have been the exit point there, or even the entry point. So we'll see how that goes. Here's my box of shit. That's all I can. Let's throw all that out, including the fire extinguisher. I think that looks like it's pretty rooted. Actually, it looks like it's still full. I might use it as a backup. All right, stage 2 of the reparation of interim, and I've got Janet in here cleaning out. How's it going? Is it cleaning up? Right. So what's your job? No. So just methylated spirits, yeah. Is it cleaning off?
Yeah, it's
Still,
kind of.
actually, that's good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, wow, that's amazing given what it was like.
That one's better.
Wow. Because this whole back wall here was scorched. It's still, yeah, this here along here has actually been burnt, so it's not going to need to be sanded, but that's amazing to get just some of that cleaned off. Getting ready for boatyard work, eh? When we pull out, we have like 6 months of boatyard work for 4 months of fun.
We better not have 6 months of boatyard work, given it's a new boat. Mind you, looking at some of the videos I've seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
Glad we're not buying a commercial.
Brand new boat, spent 12 months on the hard trying to fix warranty issues, stuff that. The only warranty issue you've got, honey, is me.
Yeah.
Where do we go for a warranty issue? Moi.
So when I'm blaming you, because the window's leaking or something like that, I just look straight at you and say, fix it.
Thanks.
Right? Anytime.
The pressure's on. Janet's gonna blame me for everything that goes wrong with the boat. Well, it depends on some of the stuff that you build. If it fails, I'm going to be right on you. But I do know one thing. Our hatches are all solid glass. They're not just straight gel coat like some of the bids we've seen. Wow, major issues with some of these boats. And wow, I'm really glad we're building our own, because I know every millimetre of our boat, and I know every millimetre. There's not one void in it that I can clearly remember. And I'm not going to have any problems like they're having. Some of these boats are just disgusting the way they're being treated. Alright, the windows. Got to core them. We'll basically clean out all that foam down around 2 centimetres so I can beef it up a bit. So this whole section down in here between the glass has to be cored out, filled with probably with some unidirectional cloth, and then backfilled again, and then I can fit the windows. But I don't want to be fitting the windows while I've got all of this sanding and everything going on, so I'll put them away for a couple of days until I can get hold of all this sanding, and then I can sort of determine the final look. Been some old person's noises inside the yacht over the last couple of days, like a lot of grunting and groaning, and it wasn't from me, which is the first time ever. But I think someone's made a decision. Not sure what the decision was. She said, I'm sick of this. That's all I heard. But, oh.
I got my own way.
Why? What are you doing?
Well, it was all wet and coming off, so I pulled it off.
Such a nice colour. What do you think?
It's filthy. Look at it. It's disgusting.
It's a nice colour, though.
No, it's not.
Baby shit brown or yellow, is it? It's awful.
Oh, it was a tan colour, I guess. No,
no, it's orange. It's disgusting. So what we're left with is now solid glass. So guess who gets the flow coat?
I don't know what boat builders think when they think of colours.
God, that's just atrocious, that isn't it? I'm actually glad it's gone. You might want to show everybody what it looks like now. It's just solid glass. So
I'm going to paint it and get rid of it. Oh, because this stuff's horrendous.
A lot cleaner than I did yesterday.
Oh, look, see? I've spent a long time cleaning this.
We're getting there.
Anyway, take that.
Pass me that.
I can't tell you how happy I am to see that go.
Stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the burn marks on it.
It wasn't even hard to get off. Yeah.
That's burnt. That's wiring behind your carpet. Don't put wiring behind your carpet. That's the lesson.
You're into
Thanks,
the
Tom.
lesson.
Good to see you won.
Yeah.
Always gets away, but there's still some funny old person's noises coming out of the boat yesterday.
What's that supposed to mean?
There was lots of grunts and groaning in there. And it wasn't me.
Yeah, there's bitching that goes on with that when you do it.
Yeah, usually it's a lot of cussing. Janet doesn't swear when she's angry, she just
I
grumbles.
wasn't angry actually, I was just groaning and it just, you know, it
It's
just
hard
feels
work.
like
What's
this
the
is
point?
the last thing we needed to have to do.
That is the last
It
thing,
was
but
time that could have been spent on the other boat. But anyway, it's done and I've got rid of my horrible carpet, so
good
I'm
on you.
happy.
Well done.
So-
Get in there, get in there, Oscar the Grouch. Blonde Oscar the Grouch. So my focus today was to just sand the fairing on the skeg. That was 4 hours ago I came in, and I've now spent most of the morning cleaning up under here, removing all of the shit that I had sitting here because I had to jack the boat up. You'll notice here we're floating about an inch off those blocks there, and the reason why I had to do that, well, I had to firstly engage the front two jacks to lift this up. So I've basically been pumping the boat up, you know, millimetre at a time to get it free of all this wood here. I want to put some solid blocking under here because I do have to do a couple of other things. But the reason why I had to do it was I had to get under here to sand this skeg fairing so that tomorrow when I come in I can glass this. This is going to have 4 layers of 600 double bias. This area here is, you know, I've got to make sure that it's streamlined, and I've got to give myself plenty of material to sand down so I can get a nice fair end. I've done the same thing over here. You see I've got a bunch of blocks here. It's not the ideal blocking, it's actually on a trolley. And that little trolley there is as tough as nails, but certainly it's not going to withstand the weight of the boat. So I've still got my tyres and my pallets here supporting the boat, and now I'm free to work underneath this fairing here and basically get it all prepared for tomorrow when I come in to laminate these and finish these off. Now this is the end of the boat right here, and I need to laminate this to the fairing and tie it into the stern tube, remembering I've already laminated the stern to the stern tube before I put the foam on here, but now I'm going to laminate this to here. So I've got 1, 2, and then there'll be another join here, another join here, and another join here to my shaft log, and tie it into this. Very, very important that I seal this so no water will go in there. Now that is fully encased in epoxy all the way through there, so there's no chance of any leakage or any water getting in here, particularly once I finish this and then finish it and anti-foul the whole thing. But I've got to tie it right in up to here, all the way down underneath, overlap it on this trailing edge. I'll be putting 4 layers on the edge, 2 layers on the face, and that's all it's going to need. So I've got my pieces cut here with the peel ply. I've got them all in sequential order, and essentially I'll just laminate them in with vinyl ester. There's no polyester in the below the waterline on this boat. Very, very important. I've done the entire hull in vinyl ester, and for very good reason. We won't have any blistering, any problems with osmosis. Well, that was a bit of a mish. 3 hours of laminating, and yeah, they're done now. They're basically peel plied. So the next thing for them essentially is going to be epoxy barrier coat. Because I've got vinyl ester on there, I don't have to worry too much about osmosis. I'm not even going to bother gel coating it, because that gel coat's going to be etched anyway for the barrier coat before we put on our bottom paint, copper coat or whatever we decide to do. But essentially this one here is now set. I only laid this up about half an hour ago, and that's already rock hard. So consider it integrated, and now I'm ready to continue on with the stern tubes inside. I'm pretty happy to have that done. That means that basically the whole boat is now sealed completely.